Hi, I'm Christian from the Welsh Sport channel and DragonSports, and today I'm previewing the final Welsh derby of the season, and it's possibly the last chance for some of these players to put their hands up and get on that Japan tour. Also, two Irish giants come to play Cardiff and Scarlets, and both teams need to get a win if they want to stand any chance of getting to the playoffs. Also, with it being the last home game for some of the regions, I'll be going through some of the names that'll be leaving your club this season. First of all, the Ospreys and Dragons. If the Ospreys want any chance of getting to the playoff, they need a 5 point a year bonus point win. For the Dragons, they're going to want to end the season and get a bit of momentum going into next year, given how horrendous this season has been for them. For me, this one is more of a battle for individuals to put up their hand to get on the Japan tour. There's a couple of players that I'll be looking out for. For the scrum halves, it's going to be an interesting battle because Rod Williams was in the squad for the Six Nations, but you could argue that Ruben Morgan Williams or Kieran Hardy deserved that spot, especially Morgan Williams. I don't know how he hasn't had a chance to play for Wales yet. And depending who gets selected by Mark Jones, probably Rod Williams will get selected for the Dragons, so that'll be an interesting head-to-head. Then, if you go one position out, Dan Edwards should be starting, but they may give him a rest. He's played a lot of games. If he gets to go up against Angus O'Brien, O'Brien showed real maturity, put in that excellent pass for Jared Rosser and the Dragons' second try on the weekend. And he just basically pulled the strings. He's got that howitzer of a boot, and he put them into positions that actually gave them an opportunity to score. So that'll be an interesting head-to-head of an old head and the young upstart. There's a few other positions. I'm really interested to see how Garen Phillips and Ben Warren go on. Not the frontline starters, but have made a real impression coming off the bench. And I think they could be an outside shot of going on that summer tour. Also for the Dragons, you got the likes of Basham and Rio Dyer. They're going to want to get back into the squad. What is better than making a statement in a derby game? Moving on to the Scarlets, who have a difficult task of hosting Leinster this weekend. The only solace for me for the Scarlets is Leinster might send a depleted team, given they've got the Champions Cup to come and they've pretty much sewn up first or second in the URC anyway. What they need to do, try and slow down Leinster, stem their attacks, kill their momentum whenever they get the chance. They've got the players to do it. Both McLeod and Lousy in the top 3 of turnovers won in the URC this season. So if they can get in there, get some ball, Johan Lloyd can get opportunities to kick a goal. Also top point scorer of the season so far. So they're going to rely on those big players to keep them in the game and just try and resist the irresistible force that is Leinster. Scarlets currently in 9th with 38 points. So they've got it all to do. They've got to win these games. Cardiff are 6th with 41 points. Munster are 7th with 40 points. This is going to be a tough one for Cardiff. There is a lot of pressure, but this is a winnable game if they want to. If they've got any designs in being a serious team going into post-season, then these are the games they have to be winning. Munster have got quite a lot of injuries, so Cardiff should really try and target this game. The Cardiff Arms Park should be a sellout, and it should be a really good atmosphere for the final home game of the season for Cardiff. They need to take the points when they're on offer, and they need to just grind this one out, because Munster, they'll never not be in the game, but I think Cardiff have the tools to beat them. A couple of players of note before we finish. Dan Lydiate, I will be retiring at the end of the season. What a servant to Welsh rugby he's been. For the Scarlets, Alex Craig going to Glasgow, which has been announced this week. And for the Ospreys, they have the more notable ones. Adam Beard leaving, going to Montpellier next season. 139 appearances for the Ospreys. He's served his time and he's been a stalwart for the club. Also, Tipuric retiring. Was hoping that this was going to be his last game. Unfortunately, was forced off due to injury in Judgment Day, and he won't be a play member of this team. Disappointing for Tipuric, and he deserved better. So it's an exciting weekend. Lots to play for still, as teams and individually. And I will catch you in a couple of days' time on the review. Thanks for watching.